Excel has lots of date formulas you can use. I'm going to go through 3 of the most useful ones in this video. The first one is the today formula. The today formula returns today's date on an Excel spreadsheet and updates every time you open the spreadsheet. This saves you from having to input the date each time you open up the document. To enter the formula, just type equals today and a set of brackets and then press enter. And you can see it returns a date, which today is the 3rd of March. You can also opt to return other dates relative to today. For example, if you want to always have yesterday's date when you open the sheet, you can type equals today brackets -1. Or if you want, for example, a week in the future, you can type equals today brackets +7. And this works with any number of days. Another useful formula is EOMONTH. EOMONTH returns the last date of any given month relating to another date within the worksheet. So I've used an example of a simple payment tracker here to show how it can be used. You might want to know when your next payment is due. Click in the relevant cell, type equals EOMONTH and open brackets. Enter the start date cell reference. So we're using today's date because we want it to return a date relative to today. Then then type a comma and enter 0, and close brackets, which will return the last date of this month. The 0 represents how many months ahead you want to look. For example, if we wanted the last day of the following month, we would amend this to 1, which returns the end of next month, or 6 months in advance, we would enter 6, and so on. I want to keep this as this month. You can also amend the formula to show days either side of the last day of the month. So, for example, if some of your invoices are due on the first day of each month, simply copy the formula down. I'm going to put some $signs in to fix my reference cell. And I'm going to copy that formula to the next cell. And on the end of the formula, simply add +1 after the brackets. And that returns the first day of the next month. If I sent my invoices out on the 10th day of the month, I would do the same, but add +10. You can also add a simple formula to calculate when you need to send the invoice out. So let's say you want to send the invoice out 1 week before the payment due date. It's just a sum. You type equals, enter the cell reference for the invoice date, which is this one, and then -7. And Excel returns a date 1 week earlier than the invoice due date. And if you copy this down, it will do the same for the other dates. The third formula I want to demonstrate is days. This is a really useful formula which calculates the number of days between 2 dates. In this example, I'll use it to show the number of days from today until I need to send out my next invoice. So I click into the cell, I type equal days and open brackets. Then I enter the 2 cell references of the relevant dates. So in this example, the date I want to send the invoice, which is the end date, comma, and then the start date, which is today's date, close the bracket, enter, and it shows me there are 21 days until I need to send that next invoice. Again, you can flood fill this, fix the cell reference there, and flood fill to show the number of days for the other due dates and invoice sending dates.